For TraderInsight.com, I'm Adrian Mans, and I'm here with the recap of what happened in the first hour trading pit on Wednesday, May 2nd, 2018. First up on deck, SUPV. This one did not trigger. This was on the Fastball XRV trading plan as of the first hour, which is where I'm calling it a day-to-day. Today is an hour and out. This one had a 26.20 threshold and an initial stop up above the 26.89 pivot. You can see I've got the line drawn right there, smack dab on top of the pivot. I didn't have an entry, and as I said, I'm not trading after the first hour today because I've got other commitments. But if it does come down and you do take it, you're going to want to watch the reaction to the first inflection of the day. If we get back up there, if we start making higher lows on the way, then just assume this is going to trail back into yesterday's range. The next no-go on the Fastball XRVs was Massimo Corporation, ticker symbol MASI. This one, as of 10:45 Eastern Time, was just getting close to a trigger line. I had an entry threshold up around $91.90, and I had an initial stop loss down here about $91.17. I'm going to tell you the reason I canceled this one really wasn't about the first hour being over. It was due to this travel way back down into the range yesterday. This violates the assumptions of the Fastball XRV in a very, very big way. The buyers did return to this after this move, but when it came back in and actually tested the low of the prior session, I said to Julie, I think I'm canceling the orders on that one, and I don't care what it does, because this XRV thing is all based on order flow, persistent buyers, and matching buyers and sellers over the course of a couple days. And when you see something like this happen, you have to question whether or not there's going to be any logical reason to assume that it's going to make a continuation move. MTCH, Match Group Incorporated. This one was another story altogether, right? 35.78 was the entry threshold. 34.78 was the profit objective. It got down within 10 cents of that, and then we had a reversal of two closing prices. So as you know, if you have studied around the horn or if you've listened to some of these other videos, when we get to 10 cents of the target, usually on a trading plan, we move the stop to 50% of the distance, the profit target. In the case of XRV, what I definitely do is 50% of the distance to the target, I move my stop to break even. So this 37.87 stop that I had on this initially was long gone by the time we got to 10 cents to the target. But then when we had this reversal of two closing prices at $35.27, I decided to head for the exits. We talked about it in the room. I'm not sure that I gave you the exact reasoning behind the reversal of two closes at the time, but that's what it is. It's just two closing prices get reversed, and in the case of a 10 cent to target move with the kind of range that MTCH has, it's a good idea, particularly in the case of a news-based trade, right? This one was a reaction to the Facebook news yesterday. That's what caused this to fall off a cliff the way that it did. It's just a good idea in a situation like that to stay nimble and keep your eye on the ball. Next one on the XRV trading plan, Sabre Corporation, ticker symbol SABR. I had a stop on this at $23.77 and an entry threshold up above $23.77. Once again, no trigger on this one. Just wanted to put it up here so that you guys could see where the stop was and how it played out over the course of the first hour of the day. TTWO, Take-Two Interactive Software. This one was interesting. This got us in right off the opening bell. 104.39 was the threshold for the entry. And then we saw a quick move up in the direction of the profit target. Got almost to the 50% to target level. 105.39 was the initial target on it. And I had a line drawn, I will tell you right now, that was a little bit off of 50%. I interpreted this pop here to be 50% of the target. It came back down, hit what was then the break-even line because I'd pulled up on it, got me back in again, and the second time around, we made it all the way up to the dollar profit target and then trailed all the way up to 106.05. So we did all that stuff in the room this morning, and even with the mistake, it wound up being a really good trade, especially since talking about it in the first hour trading pit was what made me aware of the fact that I botched my trailing stop on the first go-around. What I didn't see until after the fact, however, that would have made for an even better day and a great reason to pat yourself on the back would have been to see this move right here back down and then the second reversal up to the pivot, because that's a 105.39 to a 106.05 move. And once again, if you're a fan of Around the Horn, or for that matter, any kind of Fibonacci stuff, right? We only talk about that in one chapter in Around the Horn, but look at that. We had a perfect, picture perfect, 50% retracement of the first move, and those 50% bounces, especially when you're getting a move right from the 382 then, are very strong entries for discretionary trades. So Take Two Interactive was a really good one this morning. I only caught one move, but that one move was a doozy, and the second opportunity was wasted on me, but hopefully some of you got it. Telephone and Data Systems Incorporated, TDS. This one, the stop that I had on it, $25.49. The entry threshold actually down below $25.07. You can see nothing here on this one. This turned around and went in the other direction on us. The selling pressure from the Tuesday session subsided, and the stock just started moving back up into the range, as they typically do when the reason for that fastball XRV momentum is gone. Same story on Vornado Realty Trust, ticker symbol VNO. This one didn't do the dance this morning either. I had a surprisingly tight stop for this particular stock. We trade this frequently. $69.95 gave a nice level as a threshold to cut it off if it reversed. It, of course, never even got us in. That 70.52 level wasn't hit. Trade above there would have had us long the stock, but look what happened. Came back in, and no trade in VNO. Also in the room this morning, I missed it. Rick called it like the champ that he is, though. This was Juniper Networks, ticker symbol JNPR. Big Baltimore chop gap to the upside. And I believe his entry on this was going to be $26.65 on the violation, or down at $26.57 on the violation of the first bar. So your second bar pullback violation would have been $26.65. If you wanted to wait, $26.57, that made perfect sense. And then the extension move that you were anticipating at first was just down to $26.36. But once a trailing stop was in place on this one, it made a very, very big move for a $25 stock. Now, the other one that Rick called live for us was Estee Lauder. This is ticker symbol EL. I did grab this one and felt very, very good about what happened, right? We got in on a violation of 138.22. So the move up above this bar, the deepest bar on the pullback, we had a profit target at $140.03. And EL got up there, hit it. We wound up getting taken out on a trailing stop. I wound up making about $1.05 per share on this one. You could have made as much as $1.80 on this one easily. And if you're really good and you know how to top tick the market, well, then you could have wound up with $2.60. Now, I've never personally been able to top tick a Baltimore chop, but trailing the stops on these has always been very good practice and winds up being good for the bottom line. And finally, we had a Baltimore chop opening gap in Molson Coors Brewing, ticker symbol TAP. This one never triggered the Baltimore chop reversal entry, but I'm sure that you heard Darren talking in the room about the trapdoor entry. The trapdoor setup is something we've been looking at for a long time, and it is simply a violation of the bottom of that first 5-minute bar on one of these gap opens. When they fall out like this, they tend to keep going. TAP was no exception. Congratulations to Darren for catching this one. And, look what happened, $67.27. It didn't stop until it got down to about $62.50. So great job, good eye. And it just goes to show you it pays to stay frosty. And if you keep your eye out for these setups, they can really wind up getting you in front of some good opportunities. So that was it for the first hour. Like I said, first hour was the only hour I was going to be trading for today. It was a good one. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, adrian@traderinsight.com. I hope you had a great trading day today and an even better one on deck for tomorrow. It's the best trader education anywhere, only from traderinsight.com.